in the interview lounge.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm joined here by Peekaboo, who is going to do this in English, so bear with us. Very glad he is willing to do that. First up, congratulations.
Thank you.
First seed in the group. First, tell me about your strategy in this game. You were moving around a lot on the map.
Last game we played with Origen, and we thought we were gonna win this game, but final we missed Baron calls and then we missed ordering and landing swap, so we lost, and I got really angry about that. So I tried to focus on that what we did wrong, and yeah, that's why we can win Origen, because we did really practice well and we tried to get win. So that's my strategy, and I try to keep our teammates to get really easy on game. So I keep moving around and roamed. So that's my play style. So well, that was a good things to move.
Yeah, very good strategy, and it worked versus OG. In the end, Origen also still showed some good moves, some good shot calling. How do you think Origen can do in the rest of this World Championship?
Origen is a really good team, I think. Maybe Fnatic and Origen is the best Europe team in this world, so maybe Origen can go like a final, maybe if they come, and yeah, so.
If they recover from this loss versus you guys.
Yeah.
You guys played great throughout the group stage, first seed. First, I want to ask you something about Imp, because I heard that you guys are really good friends, and it's because they won the last game that you guys were also able to secure the first seed. You're going to give him a big thank you.
Yeah, thanks for Imp, because if we win Origen, we need to play against one more time, so I'd like to thank Imp, and I love you, Imp.
Ah, well, there you go. He'll be happy to hear that now.
Yeah.
Finally, first seed, fantastic play so far. I heard that before the World Championship started, you said that SKT could win the whole thing, or maybe you guys. You guys are already really good, but what do you think you have to improve on the most to be able to make that happen?
But nothing to say, but I just need to focus on what I'm doing, because I really made a lot of mistakes during these seasons and during the game. So I need to keep more hard about myself, and I just need to keep carrying our teammates. So that's the point, I think.
Okay, well, team has been doing incredible since you joined that lineup. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for doing this in English.
Thank you.
All right, fantastic. KT, the first seed. Back to you guys. Fantastic.
Thank you, Shox. Congratulations to Peekaboo and the rest of the team. A much-deserved first seed there after a tremendous day today. Zyrene, looks like you got something.
I want to talk about Peekaboo really quickly, because that guy has an incredible work ethic. And when he said that they lost the game and they were really angry, when Peekaboo says that, it means he's playing his heart out every day. He's the guy who was on SKT, an elite team, and they said, you know what, we're going to bench you for a little bit, have you recover. And he was like, I'm bouncing, guys. I still want to play. I don't want to recover. I want to keep working. And he jumped to a different team. He got picked up by KT, and you saw their season completely turn around. So Peekaboo's putting in that work. And even there, he just left #1 seed of the group. He's like, I still had mistakes. I need to clean my play up. I need to get better. In my opinion, that's what I see as a world champion mentality and a worlds type player. This guy definitely elevates the teams that he's on, but he's not blaming other people. He's always looking at himself and making himself better. And I think huge shout out there to Peekaboo for that.
Well, that's a great endorsement there for Peekaboo.
Oh, I think it's incredible. And it shows in his play, too.
And everyone agrees. Let's look at the rest of the team, though, because it's not just Peekaboo on this team. I want to look at the rest of the team that was a part of this 3-0 performance on the day.
Let's look at their top laner for a second.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't think we've seen a carry top laner like this for quite some time. And watching Someday, you heard the guys on the desk, like his decision-making's good, his mechanics are fantastic, but his team fight impact and how intimidating it is to play against someone this far in your face as an AD carry is just amazing. And he's in a group with, like, Niels. He's in a group with Imp. These players that are supposed to be absolutely gods in their roles. And he hasn't had a bad game. Like, Someday is well and truly a rove on the world stage. He was the MVP of the LCK, and so far, he's been by far the best top laner in this world.
I think it's very important to highlight, though, like, in this game, KT, like, they played out, it looked kind of similar to the first game against Origen. They had the advantage on Someday, but this time they kind of pushed it to further limits. But we also saw some slip-ups when they kept, like, diving these turrets and kind of overdove in a way, like once in the mid lane where Nagne kind of jumped in, and then that one time in the top lane where they just dove, and like I think Arrow died as well. I think like the late game and mid game decision making still needs some fine tuning.
See, I don't know if they are slip ups. Sometimes, Yamato, it's just about sending a message.
Oh,
when you have a Darius
No. Everybody stop listening to what Spawn is saying right now.
Do whatever you want.
No.
And I hope LGD was also sending a message as well for your sake. But oh my God, yeah. The thing about KT is they reached that mid game and it just looked like Nagne really wanted to blow people up on Diana, and he was just using his Q to get to minions, to R and then R again, and that's not enough damage even by calculation standards to blow the person up. So I just feel like they're going way too hard when they could just calm down a little bit. Take that turret, and then you're fine.
I want to talk about the double TP meta that is developing. The guys in the caster booth touched on it a little bit. The idea that if you do fall behind or if you do create an early lead, it is that much better.
Yeah.
It has so much more impact on the map. Yamato, you were talking a little bit about how this summoner spell scales so well.
Yeah, it's like my biggest difficulty with Origen's team composition is if they fall behind, it's pretty much like it's so hard to get back. Even though KT, as I mentioned, had these slip-ups, like Origen's team composition is full magic damage. Like, even though we had a 3k gold lead, it means so much more simply because the magic resistance they buy just means so much more. But back to your point about teleport, I feel like in these matchups, like on the other side, we had the Shen and the teleport to just counter that, and then we had the snowball on top. So if a team with the double TP obviously going to end up ahead, it just shows that they will just snowball the rest of the game.
Yeah, and it's something that I talked about when countering the double TP, is you have to take it to them early on. Because if they get that lead, they put the people in side lanes, and then they can 1-3-1, no problem. And then you don't have people who can hold up in the split push, and you slowly but surely lose those lanes. And we saw Someday doing that the entire time.
Hey, we all got it right. They went double AP teleports as well, and there was a Banner of Command. Peekaboo was a legitimate split-pushing threat in that game with Banner of Command Shen, because there's no one could kill that creep.
Lastly, a little time for reflection here on Origen's performance today. They are still making it out of the groups. They did what they needed to do to secure that second seed. However, that's probably not what they hoped for after their 3-0 start last week. Looking at them specifically, individuals, Soaz in the top lane did not look good in this game. We saw, reminiscent of some of that old tilty Soaz that can sometimes come out if people target him.
Yeah, you can actually really see it in his player cam too when he's on tilt, because he gets his face, he just definitely sees it. And that's the thing, is they targeted him specifically. They went after him level 1. They were hiding in the brush. They blew 4 flashes just to get his, but they capitalized on it. And Soaz is definitely the guy that, the team needs to be able to keep him centered, keep him focused, because this is what happens when that goes off. And he starts ending up in positions where he's the sole member engaging on the team from the back, from the flank, and it's just not working out for them.
Something that worries me, though, is like today I feel like Origen, it was a complete different Origen than the one we saw last week, simply because I think the draft, simply with this full AP composition, feels a bit lackluster because of the Banner Command, as you said, the MR efficiency. I don't like this full AP composition anymore.
Yeah, they felt like they got a little bit exposed today in their strategies, but they did make it out. They've got time to regroup, refocus, and do what they need to do for the bracket stages. We're going to step off the rift for just a moment, and when we return, it's the final game of the day as LGD goes up against TSM. We'll be right back.
We're going to do it for first place, boys.
Do it for America.
Do it for
Do it for America, guys. Do it for America.
Soaz breaks off, takes the low road. Niels tries to stay on the high road, and neither are going to work on this one. Score does get the Baron, and
actually
now
a good call by Fnatic.
He's going to have to push himself out. Someday goes down. Double kill coming in for Niels. The apprehend misses amazing. Someday almost living, but goes down to a Cathy surprise. And that's going to be one last shot. Nagne Sanya's right in front, but the inhibitor turns down. Can the team give him the attack that's necessary to win this fight? And KT take first place in Group D.